Hello everyone, my name is Niharika and today I will be sharing my experience of field placement with you. So I did my field placement at Roberta Long-Term Care Center, which is located on 503 SR Road, Barrie. The postal code of that place is L4N9E4 and the website for the Long-Term Care Center is given here. Roberta Long-Term Care Center, with the motto of making an outstanding difference in the life of others, is currently managed by Charlotte Health Services, who are celebrating its golden jubilee of 50 years in healthcare services field. In order to secure field placement, I utilized the list of companies offering the same, which were provided to me by the Food and Nutritional Department of the college, after which I prepared resume and cover letter for the position of dietary aide and submitted the same via email to the hiring personnel Andrea Wolf, who is also the dietary manager of the long-term care center. Once the cover letter and resume were sent to the hiring personnel, I remained in touch with her for several days, after which I was called for an in-person interview. The dietary manager was impressed by my communication skills and knowledge and informed me to go through a series of background police checks with the submission of proof for the COVID vaccines and get a booster dose done before starting to work in the long-term care center. To work in the long-term care center, I acquired food handler certificate from Train Can, which was mandatory to pass prior to the beginning of field placement and was also required by the Charlotte Health Services. Before joining, I was required to complete online training on Search Learning platform which was provided for the Jollett employees to get an in-depth knowledge about the company's policies and procedures, after which I was offered field placement with paid working hours as a dietary aide at the long-term care center. Working as a dietary aide, I successfully completed the goals of field placement by performing the following. I learned the basic serving skills, that is setting up the dining tables, serving ice water and specialized drinks, along with serving the supper and the desserts to the residents. I learned to prepare several specialized drinks using Nestle Thicken Up Clear as several residents were on trial basis for these kind of drinks due to dysphagia, poor dental health and other post-surgery complications and hence were recommended nectar pudding and honey drinks instead of regular liquid drinks. I prepared these drinks by using ITDSI flow test, which also helped me to get an insight into a patient's medical profile so that I could present further suggestions and ideas to my manager and my seniors in order to improve the patient's health condition without causing any harm or complications. I efficiently prepared specific menus and diet plan for the residents on the basis of their food preferences and recommended diet texture, that is whether the diet would be regular, pureed or minced, by adhering to the organization standards and safety protocols. I made the best use of all the resources and technologies available for making a diet plan for a resident as well as maintaining cleaning and hygiene in the kitchen and serving areas. After serving, I make sure that all the garbage including the biodegradable waste and the plastics are discarded off properly in order to prevent cross-contamination and other diseases among the residents. Besides this, I successfully develop healthy professional relationships with residents, managers, nurses, personal support workers, colleagues, and other staff, which also encouraged me to take the lead in the absence of my manager and improve the productivity of the whole team as my colleagues didn't feel any hesitation to share their issues with me during work or at personal level. I also got some knowledge on employees' rights and additional benefits when working as a dietary aide, which will ultimately provide me with some opportunities to grab in future. I also learned a few things about how to manage inventory and order various other types of goods related to the food, cutlery, and cooking equipment, etc. There was once a COVID outbreak on the floors of long-term care center, due to which some residents were isolated immediately, and this created a chaos in the kitchen and dietary department. But I, along with my other team, managed to provide quality services to them by using best of my knowledge combined with my interpersonal communication skills to support well-being of the residents. In addition, I also attended several workshops organized by the staff of Charlotte Health Services to understand dementia and application of GPA in dementia care, which enables one to support the patient suffering from the same by implementing gentle persuasive techniques in case of any emergency or risk. The field placement at the long-term care center taught me to be more humble, kind, focused, and determined, and has motivated me to work as a accredited dietitian or food and nutrition manager in one of the finest organizations in the food industry, which I would be thriving for after the completion of this course. For the candidates considering this placement at the long-term care center, I would recommend that one should not only be confident, determined, punctual, and disciplined, but should also be eager to learn from managers, supervisors, PSWs, nurses, and other staff. And one should not be hesitant to ask questions and inquire about a particular diet plan from the dietary manager. Also, a candidate should have strong and sound knowledge of food and nutrition management, along with excellent hard and soft skills, so that healthy professional relationships could be built with the colleagues as well as the residents. Also, one should have sound knowledge about a patient's medical profile before preparing any diet plan for that particular resident. I had a wonderful experience during my field placement, but my aim for the field placement was not only about the successful completion of my program, but also about contributing my part towards the well-being of elderly people by serving them and taking care of them at that stage of life where they need someone to understand them and provide constant affection and love from youngsters like me.